So I have this machete that I picked up from my brother's place, and the handle is cracked, so I'm going to repair it for future use out at the farm. So as you can see, there is a crack here along the handle. Well, that crack continues all the way, to right here. And on this side, the crack came all the way around, down along this seam to right here. These are not real screws. This is just a molded piece of plastic that's stuck onto this. I think probably press fit heated to keep it together. There's no telling how this was busted, but you know, it's fine. So what I've done here is I have loaded it up with baking soda and then some Zap Thin CA to fill in the gap. I'm going to do that to the other side. Okay, so I've filled in the crack with super glue and baking soda because it was cracked in several places. And before I call this done, I'm going to take some inner tube and I'm going to put it over the handle just for a little bit of reinforcement. A note for you: if you buy a new inner tube to cut up to make Ranger bands or whatever you want to call them, inflate the thing first so that it stretches out. I didn't do that. I spent the whatever $5 or $6 at Walmart to buy an inner tube to make Ranger bands, and now I have to manually stretch these out. So the idea is to place two of these over the handle to kind of cover it up and give a little bit more grip to it. You could use grip tape, you could use duct tape, you could use whatever you've got. This is what I want to try to use this. So I'm going to shut up and try to stretch this out now. Time for speed lap. No, time for time lapse. Well, that wasn't so painful. So I'm going to do one more. I'll put it right there and leave a little bit of a gap, so I'm going to still do this about an inch or so. If you need to measure, measure. None of this is exact. And then stretch it out. And I apologize, I'm still trying to learn how to do this camera overhead thing. All right. Now, one of the things you could do, you could wrap this in paracord if you wanted, the handle it is. And then put the Ranger bands over the top of it if you need a much larger handle, or you could run some paracord through the Ranger band and make yourself a lanyard. Hey, look at that. That worked fairly well, fairly quick. So just to demonstrate, I've got a piece of paracord here that I could run underneath Ranger band slash inner tube. And at that point you could, I don't know, loop it through itself. This is a very inefficient way to do this. But now you have a lanyard. If you wanted to, you could put it around your wrist to hold on to your machete. For us, it's going to be helping clear some of the wild on our new home property. I'm going to fiddle with this a little bit. Actually, I'm going to take this off, but I just wanted to demonstrate that you could do something like this. You could also place this under here, wrap it around the handle a couple of times. Like I said, if you needed some additional bulk to it, but I'm not going to call it fixed. I'm barely going to call it repaired. I'm going to call it, we made it a little bit more functional and and lessened the pinch hazard from the cracked cheap plastic handle from a machete from the 1980s that has been floating around in my family since that time. I thought I'd give it a little bit more use and put it to work. So anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Too many hobbies, not enough time.
It's a theme song, y'all.